My question for you, sir, is do you think that Tua should be a $50 million quarterback? I know he's up for a big contract.
Okay, Nick. I would say if he can get it, sure. I bet the Dolphins are grinding right now. They're grinding right now.
More like the 40 range, maybe 35-ish.
Yes.
But,
no, not 35-ish. No. Tua Tagovailoa is definitely going to have a salary that starts with a 4. But this is the interesting conversation to have. And thanks, Nick. Appreciate you opening this can on the program. If you're the Dolphins, you're going to be sitting there saying, all right, Goff just got 50-something annual, salary.
Yeah.
And he almost made the Super Bowl. Tua just made his first playoff game appearance. Its second playoff season. He was injured for the previous one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the other $50 million quarterbacks, there's a guy who's made the Super Bowl in Burrow, who's made the Super Bowl in Hurts, who's won 2 MVPs for Lamar Jackson, and then here's Tua's pushback. I was drafted in front of the guy who just got $52.5 million.
Yeah.
And he has the same number of playoff appearances and wins as I do.
I don't know about you, but that looked like money.
And so that's the push and pull here.
Good argument for
question.
Tua. Great
question
argument.
about it. No doubt about it. And then you look at the rest of the quarterbacks who are in the 40 million APY club. One of them you just throw out. Like if you're the agent for Tua, it's just like, we're not talking about Mahomes.
Exactly.
Okay?
That is what we call an anomaly.
All right.
That doesn't count.
But is Tua better than Kirk Cousins?
And he's in the same category as far as I'm concerned as Kyler Murray.
Josh
I know he didn't win a Heisman Trophy, Tua, but he could have if he didn't hurt his hip.
Right.
And Heisman Trophies don't mean jack right now.
But we all agree Josh Allen's better than Tua.
I would agree with that.
Is Deshaun Watson better than Tua?
I think that jury's out.
Yeah, I agree.
We haven't seen Deshaun Watson be the Deshaun Watson that earned the $46 million a year, guaranteed fully. We haven't seen him in years.
Game 1.
It's been years, by the way, since we've seen that guy.
It's been years, yeah. It's been years.
And so this is a fascinating conversation to be had here about where does Tua get slotted. And that's a push and pull that's kind of next up, right? Like we talked about this with Tom Pelissero yesterday.
Well, he's playing under the 5th-year option, right?
Yeah, but you don't play under the 5th-year option and not. I mean, when you're somebody like Tua, who is, I think, proven his worth in this offense and has shown he can. You don't think he's proven his worth within this offense, Chris? 100%
in the offense, but
100%
I am kind of willing to kind of just throw out the playoff game because it probably shouldn't have been played under those weather conditions.
Yeah, like under sub-zero.
What I mean? But if you're Miami,
but then again, they wouldn't have been played under those conditions had they actually won their last home game against the Bills. They would have had the Bills back in their house the next week. They wouldn't have been freezing their asses off in Kansas City. They would have had a home date against the Bills.
True. And maybe they win that game.
Certainly, you're not playing in sub-zero weather.
Yeah,
and that's also the point of how the offense is it built to win in that sort of conditions, which is another narrative that the Dolphins have heard. And I'm sure Tua would point out, same with the Dolphins, is like the shootout they had in the snow in Buffalo the previous year on a Saturday on NFL Network, and then Tua got hurt the next week. I believe on Christmas Day against the Packers, and then that was all she wrote for him for that season. Second concussion of the season.
If you're Miami, do you want to see him play out this year?
No, you don't.
And have another really successful year.
No.
Franchise, and then you can work on an extension after that.
No.
Do you want to see a 5th year prove it?
No. I think he's already proven it.
Interesting.
And if I'm him, I'm already saying that as well.
But how much?
I don't know. That's for these guys to figure out, and I think it does maybe start with a 5.
5.
Oh, no.
It's the way it works now, brother.
Yeah, I mean, that's what there's...
That's the way it works now.
We say no now, but in 2 years, you're going to look at that 5 when Katz is making 7s, and you're like, all right, that's a deal.
First $70 million quarterback
It's
in the
gonna
NFL.
be here
Is that
before
guy?
you know
Is
it.
that guy in the NFL right now?
No, Arch Manning, right?
Come on, dude.
Come on. He's buying me a boat.
TJ's got like 90.
So you're saying you're pegging.
I'm just throwing a name out. There is a college player who will make $70 million.
Do you think
will be
so?
the first $70 million.
Is he in high school right now? The way the needle's moving.
I would say he's probably going to be. This is his freshman year.
Freshman
right
year,
now.
Freshman year of college.
freshman or
Like, coming up,
sophomore
this will
year.
be-
Yeah.
There's a
his
kid who just
freshman year.
strolled into high school right now who's going to be
No,
the
no,
first
no.
$70
He's
million
just
quarterback
A
in the
college
NFL.
freshman. He'll be a college freshman.
Somebody
I will tell
playing
you.
spring ball right now
I
is
will
gonna
tell
make
you
sense.
you're all incorrect.
You think Mahomes
He's
is going to get
he's already
70?
there.
You think he?
Patrick Mahomes. How old is Patrick Mahomes? Is he 28? Do you know how many more contracts Patrick Mahomes is going to sign in the NFL?
Well, he has a 10-year deal.
I understand that, but at some point
Oh, he's
he
gonna
might just
restructure that.
say,
Yep.
He'll be 29 on September 17th.
That's insane.
or he might not be because he's already generationally insanely wealthy, and he's going to have to figure out who's going to be his next Kelsey
He could do the Brady
at some point when
and not.
when Travis retires. He's going to have to figure out and get somebody who's going to get paid. And so
That's
keeping
why I
his
didn't
salary
say
where it
him.
is, but the cap goes up. I don't know, man. You got some of these guys, Burrow and Herbert, they're still very young. They're going to be like 2-3 more contracts to go in their careers if they play.
Oh, Herbert.
So they're 40.
Herbert might get 70.
I think the guys in the NFL right now.
I want to go back to Tua for a second. He's had 1.5 good years, and you want to give him $55 million?
Brother, to use your phrase, to use your analogies, to use you over the last 2 Rich Eisen shows, Burrow's had it the same amount.
No.
Burrow,
No.
excuse
no.
me.
He was in the Super Bowl. Though.
Burrow
No,
had
no,
one
no.
season, okay, right, where he was injured. Then he goes to the Super Bowl, right? Correct? And then he had half a season last year. He's had a very similar amount of time as the quarterback of the Cincinnati
Burrow
Bengals
has
to
2
prove.
full seasons.
Okay.
2 full seasons.
So it's not that far away.
4,600 yards and 4,500 yards.
Bro.
Tua has a season and a half of 35 and 46. I mean, I think Joe Burrow's a little more proven than Tua.
I would agree with that, but he's not too far off. He's not too far off based on what you're saying.
All right, well,
now.
I wouldn't have given Joe Burrow all that money either.
Tua's going to get paid, and he's going to be the Miami Dolphins quarterback, and everybody got to get ready for that.
I would make him prove it, man.
I don't think that's going to happen, sir.
He will not be salty.
I don't think that will happen. I think I will be proven in the end to be correct, and you'll just be an actor.
Well, NFL front offices routinely make the poorest decisions.
No, they make the decisions that they think are the best bet, and hope for the best and believe in their coaching staff. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.